Right. So if you have an agency offer, you're a coach, a consultant, a B2B service provider, or sell any high ticket offer, you cannot afford to miss out on this video. This has produced more than 8 figures in client revenue for myself, the whole 9 yards. So please, if you walk your offer throughout this process, you are going to win. No questions asked. Now, I should make clear that I love Hormozi. This book is amazing. Get it, but this is not what this is. This isn't the $100 million offer. Everyone shoots the videos and talks about it. This is not it. Hormozi's book talks about how to create the irresistible $100 million offer. This is all about fixing your offer. What do you do when your face is in the mud? Your market says no. You hear think about it. You get price objections. You know you don't know how to fix it. This is how you fix it. This is the recipe. I've fixed hundreds of offers using this process. So take it, deploy it, and let's hit the ground running. Now, the problem people have with Hormozi's framework is they're leaning way too much into the structure and they're leaning way out of their market. So, how can we troubleshoot systematically? Is when we what we typically hear when offers are not working is I'll think about it. We hear like maybe, like humming and towing, and I don't have the money. So we know something is very wrong when they say, "Oh, I don't have the money." What we want to hear, especially if someone doesn't have the money, but the offer resonates with them, is, well, do you have a payment plan? Or how long do I have to come up with the money for this? Because if you have the right offer, people will find ways to come up with the money. So, an easy way to quickly tell that if your offer resonates is if you keep hearing, I don't have the money, I cannot come up with the funding, I'm gonna think about it. This means that your offer doesn't really resonate because when something is right, people will start looking for ways to do it. So let's go through the checklist, and I'm gonna give you this spreadsheet and this checklist. This is the quick version, but this video will go in depth. So how does the present pain exist for them? Offers fail when we start talking about the future gain and the wonderland and rainbows, but we don't talk about the present problem that they care about, right? So, how can we find the present problem? And the present problem is something that's painful right now in their business. They're looking at their calendar and it's empty. They're sending emails to their email list and they're not making sales. Rather than just promising hundreds of booked appointments and millions in revenue, is how can you fill your calendar next week? That's a present problem. So start by finding out what's on their to-do list, on their worry list that they have been dying to cross off. Not rainbows, not an 8-figure business. Let's fix today and tomorrow. That's what they will pay money for. Because they have a headache, they will run out to the pharmacy the moment they know there's an aspirin out there for their headache, they will go out there and buy it. So ask, to-do list, is it on the real, is the problem that you're trying to fix on the real or virtual to-do list? Or is it in the daily? Is it in the weekly? Is it in their monthly to-do list? Is it in the yearly to-do list? So the more we optimize for the short-term problem, the more heck yeses we will have. Number two, mindshare. How often do they worry about this problem every single day? The more they think about it, the higher the chances they want to fix it. Emotional temperature. How intense is the worry? Is it they're thinking about it, and it's kind of like they choose to brush it off, or is it intense? Is it something that they want to fix right now? Do they talk about it? Do they talk about it with their spouse in groups, forum? Do they comment about it on book reviews? So if you go on Amazon and you search for the things that you actually sell, and you find the relevant books. You look at the comment section and you read through the comments. Are the things that they're talk about, are they relevant around what they're selling? How hard is it for them to find a solution? So how easy it is for the problem that you're solving, how hard is it for them to find a solution? A clue is how long have they had the thing on their to-do list? Like, has this been around for months now, or have they been able to cross it off and they have been burned before and right now they're looking for new ways? So this is pillar number one. Pillar number two is it painful enough and they want to solve it now or later? A lot of people say they're tired for to working for so many hours, but they don't do anything to fix it, right? So this means that it's always a later thing, but it's not a now problem. So we need to find out what they want to fix right now. This is the difference between wanting to do something, because everyone wants to work less, but everyone needs to make money, everyone needs to pay their bills. So if we're focusing on if we're focusing on a want and we're promising to fix a want kind of problem, people will always choose and default to push it back. But if we focus on what needs to happen, it's a must have. Now, number three, do they clearly see, feel, touch, point a finger at, and understand the bridge you have to get them out of pain? What does that mean? The bridge means the plan. So if I have their present situation, they're stuck, they have a burning pain, their world, let's say it's on fire out of their pain, their ideal state where they'd like to be, do they clearly see the bridge that I have for them? So we often present our plan with fuzzy, generic, technobabble words that we think we have meaning, but if they don't clearly see it, we will start hearing, I'm not sure if this will work for me really, or can you send me references? So this is what we hear when they cannot clearly see the plan that we have for them. And I have a full video. You can search the YouTube channel, how to give the perfect sales presentation. But the master key to everything is visualized, dimensionalized benefits. So if I go out there in my marketing and I communicate things like my lead growth engine, yeah, sounds cool, but can they clearly see a growth engine? It's not as clear as one 5,000 client on the first day of the month, every single month. Which is more clear to see? Now I can shorten it even further and I can say something like, for example, for my offer, my 5K one plan. So you never have to start a month out at zero clients again. Can you see how clear and visible that is, rather than just lead growth engine? Now, and we always want there's always more see, feel, hear, detail that we can go deeper on. So how do we fix it? Look at your existing offer and how you fulfill your service. What's starting point A and what's point B? So we have to map out every little step across the bridge that takes them from their pain island, their pain, the pain world that they're on right now, to point B, their ideal world. And I need to have a clear bridge in between. So how? Let me give you an example. When I help agencies grow with my new offer, the transformation is an integrated automated lead gen system that books calls for them from outbound and installing a repeatable sales process to maximize their closing rate and increase the agency's owner's authority. So they're not just another agency owner, but they're a trusted advisor, and it increases their reach, it expands their reach across relevant social media platforms so they can book calls from outbound as well. So if I'm able to break down the offer and put some visibility with clear steps on the bridge that I have, is create a market ready offer, start harvesting the marketplace with custom outbound sequences, audit and optimize the sales process, and then scale with inbound nurture assets. And this is what a lot of people will do. But if you go one step deeper and people clearly see the plan, light bulbs go off. I'm telling you guys, this is super important. This is how people will start saying yes, 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 because the plan makes sense in their mind. So each big step out of these steps comes with even smaller steps. So create a market ready offer. What does that mean? It's coming up with a quantifiable end result. It's finding problem prospect niche. It's promise slash delivery. So how can I deliver it consistently for every client? How can I put a time frame behind all of this? What's my positioning and the unique mechanism that I communicate through a market ready offer? And what's my risk reversal? For example, everyone says I help niche achieve goal in time frame without a pain point or guarantee or without you having to pay. Everyone says that, right? There is no unique mechanism behind that. But few, some of the smart ones will say niche agency owners come to us to fix present pain, lead generation challenges without spending thousands on marketing in 60 days, or they don't have to pay. So it's little things like that that can help differentiate us on whatever everyone else is doing in the marketplace. Now, let's move on. And this is huge. So, timer. This is something that I learned from my mentor, Travis Sago, super smart genius guy. But every offer is either perceived as energy gain or energy drain over what the person what they're already doing, what your clients are doing out there. When they look at your offer in the marketplace, it passes through these filters, right? And every offer has 5 drain or gain valves. So when we're talking about timer, the valves that we play with is time, identity, money, energy, reputation. So when it comes to time, how long or how short does it take us to get what we want or get rid of that pain? The identity is how we see ourselves. So when I buy, Chris Rigoris, when I'm talking to you right now on the screen, and I'm on a sales call with you, how does my identity is going to increase or decrease by buying into your offer? Am I going to be much cooler after I buy your offer, or it's going to lower my identity? It's going to lower my status. Money is anything that directly or indirectly represents money. Is it going to make me more money, or am I going to lose money out of it? Energy. A lot of people ignore this. It's, are feelings positive or negative? Do I have to expand? Do I have to spend energy to get my result with you? Do I have to? Is it gonna bring me pleasure, or is it gonna bring me pain? Like the pain of change, because there is pain just by changing, introducing a mechanism into my business. If you are an agency owner and I buy into your Facebook ad service, for me, if I'm running LinkedIn ads, for example, maybe there is a pain of me changing my entire funnel and marketing systems. So you have to be able to communicate these things. Ultimately, energy is the only reason that we do anything. So I can feel better, I can save my energy, I can spend more time with my family or on vacation or buying watches rather than just running marketing campaigns. Reputation. So, how do you think others see you? And for many, reputations is the trump or the wild card, which a lot of times it renders everything else uh, irrelevant. Humans go die in wars just for one example, just for their reputation. So we can say, this guy, Chris, this guy was a badass. For me, and for a lot of people, that's the only thing that matters. It's their reputation, it's how others see us. So the more of these drains that we're able to plug, And the more gains value that we open, the easier for us it is to get I'm in. Number five, perceived authority. So this is how do other people see us? How do other people see our expertise? Like, do they see us as just another agency, or do we have a differentiator other than a funny accent? Like, do we have dramatic demonstrations? Do they see you as the only person who can help them? In other words, are we the best option to solve and the only option to solve this specific present pain that we offer? And this perceived authority comes from having assets. So what sells assets when it comes to, like, this is the bare minimum, um, that if I'm offering a B2B offer service, this is what I have to have. So direct response VSL, this is video sales letter along with a landing page. A quick example, you can visit thechrisregutis.com. I have a VSL. It can be quick and dirty. You don't need to be flashy. You need to get it out there. And the landing page, as you can see, is very simple, but it works, guys. So quantifiable case studies with results. Hey, we added 500,000 in new revenue. We created a 7-figure business for Eric. Mark Wade, multiple 6 figures. So as you can see, even if no one actually goes in and looks and watches the videos, they can clearly see, okay, the resulted in this. So it's very specific. 21% lift in revenue, 6-figure campaigns for his agency. So people can clearly see the results. So someone send a cold email, someone lands, they copy paste my domain, they look at this. Oh, very cool. He has a headline, he's targeting me specifically, and he has relevant case studies with direct results. So he goes back, yeah, this is a cool guy. I respond to your cold email. So this is sales asset number one. Sales asset number two is proof of competence. And this is something that I can expand on my process, but the main thing is sharing a story. This is something that we put together for a client, but how I helped Sophia go from couch surfing and crisis to 2 best-selling books and a $250,000 business. This is a recent one that we put together. But essentially, as you can see here, it's a long value-based document that shares a story of one of your clients and demonstrates expertise. So they can go through it, and not everyone will go through it, but it doesn't matter. All I need to show them is that I've been there, I've done it, I'm your guy. And then asset number three is how are we unique versus everyone else? Because a lot of people have case studies, and this is where I can have a proof of mechanism where I have different guides, I have different tutorials, and I can expand on how this is unique. And if you want an example out of this, it's this video, it's this guide, right? This is a lot of times uniqueness. Like, if you look at this document right here in this video, like, everyone talks about irresistible $100 million offers. Not many people talk about how to fix your freaking current offer. Like, if you're not selling now, it's not about fixing, okay, let's build the $100 million offer. It's what can I do to get sales tomorrow with my freaking offer? So this is an example of a sales asset proof of mechanism. Number six, cost versus cost of inaction. So this is a short one but a powerful one. Is, do they feel whatever I'm asking is an appropriate investment to get what I want, to escape my present pain? So this is not, do they have the money? Do they have my $5,000 retainer? It's, is my offer worth what I'm asking for? Do they feel that it's a $5,000 a month sized pain? Is the gap between their present world and their ideal world worth 5,000, 10,000? Is it worth 20,000? And this is where I have to ask questions during the sales conversation. How many sales have you been missing out on because you don't have YouTube ads working for you, or because you don't have an SEO optimized website? This is where I need to stretch a nice gap in their mind so they can clearly see what's what. And seven, this is the $1 million reset button. This is how you can fix on the spot, get feedback from the marketplace on how to fix your offer. If they say, you jump on your next call and you hear, I don't have the budget for this, or let me think about it. This is what I want you to say. We diffuse. You understand the problem. We nurture. I appreciate your frankness, or I appreciate you sharing with me. Get their permission. Get them to open up. Would it be okay if I got your advice on something? Now we want to get clarity on where is things breaking down for them. What was it that had you reaching out? Or what had you considering introducing Facebook ads in the first place? Or what had you considering adding an additional channel in your marketing? This will take the focus of I don't have the budget for this, cost-based thinking, to problem-based thinking. Why they reply to our cold email? Why did they reach out to us? So gets us clarity on what exactly they're looking for. So we can troubleshoot from there. We can probe, clarify, and this allows us to ask question, okay, but based on the offer that, so I can ask the question of what had you considering introducing a Facebook ad campaigns as part of your marketing strategy? Oh, we just wanted more leads. We have the problem. Now I can ask them, okay, so based on the plan that I put together for you, which part do you feel is not going to help you get more leads? Can you see how I tied my plan, my bridge with what they wanted? Now, this conversation is super relevant. And out of their replies, I can go back and say, they can tell me, well, you didn't show me how I can get direct ROI. So, in my future conversations, when I'm presenting the plan again, I have to introduce this is how you'll get ROI. Can you see how you can pre-handle objections just by this question, the $1 million reset button? It will help you repair, fix your offers for sure. If I cannot track problems, I can say something like a lot of agency owners are reaching out to me because they're tired of starting every month with zero clients, or they're getting a lot of leads, but they're not able to turn them into booked calls, into won sales. But this might be like a later kind of thing that you're trying to solve. It doesn't sound like it's the problem here. So is there a now thing that you're after rather than just starting from zero every month? So this helps us put one problem that we revealed to the side and helps us focus on the main issue in the back of their mind so we can have revealed, so we can help them reveal it. So to put everything in a box, when the present pain and clear vision of the bridge of the plan, plus my credibility, belief that it will work for them, is larger than the cost of change and the money that I ask, plus the whole timer thinking, that's when we get sales and we win. This is again the checklist that you can check out. Now, if you do want some help on creating an offer like that, help the right systems, lead generation, so you can get more leads and also get more sales, shoot me a DM on our own IG with offer. If you enjoyed the content, if you watched a couple of videos now and you really like or should I like what I have to say, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Gentleman's Agreement. And if you don't follow me on social, I would suggest to do so. I say a smart thing here or there. And thanks again for spending some time with me.